Verse 12 says, because the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are open to their prayer. But the face of the Lord is against those who do what is evil. We talked about this last week, that while praying can help our life and our lifestyle, our action, our attitude, we know that, but actually our lifestyle, our action influences our prayer life. God taught us last week as husbands that if we're not living with our wives in an understanding way and showing her honor, he says, I don't need to listen to your prayers. Your prayers are hindered. So my lifestyle actually affects how my prayer life works. That's a very challenging point. And so here once again, he says, the face of the Lord is against those who do what is evil. His ears are open to the prayer of those who are righteous. That means they're not open to those who are not righteous. Do you know that as an unbeliever, God doesn't have to listen to any prayer you pray for health or wealth or restoration or whatever. But God promises us throughout the Bible, one prayer he will answer is when a repentant, humble sinner says, God, I am a sinner. I won't even look at heaven like the story that Jesus told. Have mercy on me, a sinner. That's when the Lord's ears open up to listen to you. God can answer any prayer. I've seen him answer some prayers of some evil people. I knew they had to be answered for God to show his power, but he doesn't have to. But the one prayer he will hear is, Lord, have mercy on me, a sinner. The eyes of the Lord are on the righteous. I'm thankful that the Lord's eyes are on those who know him. His ears are open to their prayer. I never want to clog God's ears. I never want God to stick his fingers in his ears, so to speak. I want him to always be open to hear my prayer, to be watching over me. I never want God's face to be against me. The face of the Lord is against all evildoers. Numbers 6:24 through 26 talks about the face of the Lord shining on us. Why? When we've come under his leadership. Many times in our life, especially in this recent culture, we have all these phrases that we like to use. The reason all these phrases like, do whatever makes you happy. Love is love. There's no logic in that. Or live your own truth, whatever your truth is. And all these other stupid phrases that have no logic to them. You know why they've gone viral? Because people do not want accountability. The reason why something as ridiculous as evolution is pushed is because there's only one other option if evolution is not true, and that is God, and that is that we're all going to be accountable before God. One day, you and I, whoever we are, we're going to be accountable before God. You may not feel all the effects of it right now, but I promise you, my friend, if you're an unbeliever, you're going to be accountable for God. I promise you, fellow believer, brother and sister in Christ, you're going to be accountable to God for everything you have said. Not to lose your salvation, but man, how have you spoken a way where you've been able to be like-minded, to live in unity, where you've spoke carefully, where you've asked God to put a guard at the door of your mouth. I want to make sure I'm living in a way that I realize that every moment of every day, even if nobody else sees me, I'm accountable. Because even if no one else sees you, God sees you. I don't say that to scare you, but if it does, so be it. The reality is we are accountable to God. And so today, the best advice I could give you of living in a messy world, in a messy government, you know what year we're in? We're in election year, 2024. It's about to get ridiculous. Yeah, it already is. Whoever said that, I agree. It is ridiculous. We live in a messy government. I would venture to say that most of your workplaces are not as functional as they should be, and I'm saying that in a nice way. They're probably pretty dysfunctional wherever you work. I venture to say that more families have more dysfunction than function, that you're living and dealing with all kind of dysfunction in your life. The world is messy, whether we're talking about government, your workplace, or the family. And God says to you and me as believers, here's how I'm calling you to live. Not to earn your salvation, but as a response. So the world sees this is who you are, that what you say and how you live is one that's set apart from the rest of the world.